masculinity has nothing to do with relationships or how women choose a man. If that was the case, there will be plenty of women who are not flocking to Chris Brown. There'll be plenty of women who didn't even have a care in the world for Elvis Presley. There'll be plenty of women who didn't have any care in the world for hair metal, which are not masculine things. Elvis Presley wore eye makeup, which is not a masculine trait. Chris Brown beat a woman, which in your world they say is not a masculine trait. The hair metal people, they go at all extremes. They're basically like drag cross dressers playing rock music. But a lot, I mean, you just go and look up the stories of Motley Crue, of Guns N' Roses, of whatever other rock bands they had at the time doing that hair metal stuff. Prince, for another example, his mannerisms are not even of a masculine nature. His wardrobe, the way he dresses, is not even of a masculine essence. But why? Women like him. You know, masculinity does not matter. In which I would say it's not both sides. It's not both men and women are the problem. It's women who are the problem. Majority of men are good men. Majority of men are decent men. Majority of men do not cheat. Majority of men has never cheated on a woman. For example, I have never cheated on a woman as long as I lived and continue to live, because I don't believe cheating or adultery is of a righteous act nor something that should be done. But then I will also say, and I would also argue, that cheating is a roughy subject, because even the men that do cheat, you can't really say it's categorized or should be categorized as being cheating. Because in the Bible it says a righteous woman will cause a man will cause a man to reject his need. It says need for spoil. So, you know, it's a slippery slope. Yeah, I haven't really studied upon that so much into deep detail, and that's the Spirit of the Lord to guide me into that. So I haven't knocked on that door yet. So when I do knock on that door, I'll go into more elaboration upon that. But anyways, nonetheless, masculinity doesn't matter to women. Look at the men women complain about. Look at the men that women complain about. You don't know how many times I was talking to these bras. They was like, "Oh, I can't talk to you. My boyfriend will kill me." I'm like, at first I thought the bra was joking, and then she's like, "No, he'll literally kill me." I'm like, "What?" You know, like what the hell? Because they like violence. That's why they want to get choked in while they're having sexual intercourse. That's why many of them are into BDSM. That's why many of them want to get slapped while being choked. When I used to watch porn, man, I was watching some porn one day, and this dude was like, man, this was amateur porn. I never really watched that pro stuff, but this was amateur porn. And these men because I'm telling you, they get wet and they get horny off of violence. This is why they go after violent men and people who are in prison and stuff like that, man. And these bras keep on complaining about rape. I don't even think they really give a damn too much about rape, really, because if anything, rape would actually turn them on. In actuality, there's a whole lot of women who have rape fantasies. And this is a thing that's never really actually talked about within your society when dating and relationships come up. You know, if a woman knows what a good man is, a woman knows who a bad man is. But they purposely choose the bad man, because the reason I listed all those types of things within this video prior, because it proves that women like dysfunction, women like toxicity. I really think that women get wet off of arguing with a man. Go and argue with a woman. Her face will light up like you just brought her a bouquet of flowers. Her eyes will light up. I remember I got in an argument with my manager once about me going outside on a smoke break when I wasn't even supposed to be on break, supposedly. Right? So she wrote me up and we had a little argument, right? Tell me why. After that, she started flirting with me every single time I would talk to her. She'll start commenting on my strength. She'll start commenting on my muscles. She'll start saying, "Oh, you're so strong," all this type of stuff, all these type of flirting and advances between a relationship between a manager and an employee. So, there's a whole bunch of things that is not really even discussed. So people keep always talking about you hear people sharing them dumb old statuses on Facebook and Instagram talking about, well, you're not ready. Well, they'll post something like so generic and so that's already talked about within the normal sphere of the social consciousness, and they'll say, well, people aren't ready for this conversation. Hell, look, people aren't ready for this conversation. People are not ready for the conversation that women have rape fantasies. People aren't ready for the conversation that most women do not report rapes. That's why most rapists don't go to jail or prison or something like that, because they don't report them. How many of these women who are being raped are developing romantic feelings for their rapist? Nobody, it's nobody's talking about it. And then people are talking about men are not masculine anymore. If you even look up the truth at what is actually is, instead of trying to say things and just profess out of your mouths or type, accepted truths or things to be accepted as being true but yet controversial at the same time, you're not going to move anywhere. That's why your society is not moving anywhere now. Because, you're like, you have those supposed to be like, oh, what do you think is wrong with dating now? What do you think was wrong with dating now? Women are not attracted to good men. Women are not even attracted to masculine men. Women are attracted to feminine men. Women are attracted to effeminate men. Any man, you'll have men nowadays sharing Facebook status. Everybody don't see that as one status, man. It'd be crazy. But you'll see that one status where it says something about my woman can wear everything she wants when we walking down the street. I'm a man that's secure in my masculinity and I can fight. You dumb ass. Nobody's fighting in 2024. Especially, and you got men from Texas saying this shit. Everybody got a gun, you idiot. Like these muscles right here, it's only for for fighting wise. It should be only for intimidation and for the strength to get my ass away from the situation. Because everybody got a gun, and it don't matter if you can fight. It doesn't matter if you can't fight. It doesn't even matter if you got a knife. The other man got us a gun, and a bullet travels hella fast. So that's it doesn't even make any sense. Well, I'm secure about masculinity. I can fight. Man, you're out of your masculinity. You don't even realize it. You're out of your masculinity. What kind of man is going to be comfortable walking around with a woman, not even, let alone his woman, but a woman that's not even dressing modestly? It doesn't make any sense. I wouldn't even walk with my sister down the street if she's dressing like a hoe. But, men will bend down and cop out to this because they want to please the woman. Because they lust the woman. They don't love the woman. For, like Christ said, for those whom I love are also chasing. None of you is chasing these bitches. None of y'all is holding them accountable. In fact, y'all lift slut shaming off the table. You remove slut shaming. And you keep on listening to these women. You keep on listening to these women. You keep on trying to, take the woman's feelings into consideration, which always doesn't end well. It ends terribly wrong and terribly bad and within total destruction. A couple of decades ago, men were saying, well, women only belong in the kitchen, barefoot and pregnant. That was considered sexist back then. Now you have people saying the same thing, not knowing they're saying the same thing, but in a different way. Women don't even want to work anymore. Women are saying they just want to stay home while their man works, which is the same thing men said back then were called sexist for. This is why you never take a woman's feelings into consideration. This is why you never listen to what a woman says, because a woman doesn't know what the hell she wants. And whatever she thinks she wants, once she gets it, she's going to want the same thing that she was going to against. The same thing that she was going against. Just like with this work shit. Oh, women should be able to work and make their own money. Now women don't want to work anymore. So, like I say, the hell with their rights, the hell with taking a woman's feelings into consideration. And the hell, and another thing some men will do is, because they want to bow down to the woman. The real man stuff is nothing but bowing down to the woman. The real man stuff is nothing but agreeing with whatever principles and rulerships you try to put on men in a way for a man to act. In other words, look, I'm a man. And if you're a man watching this, if I come up to you and smack the hell out of you in the face or punch you or something like that, what would you do? Would you control your emotions? Will you remain stoic? And if you do so, would you see yourself as acting within the masculine nature and as being a man? Or would you smack me back in the mouth and teach me how to treat you? Would you smack me in the mouth and teach me not to put my hands on you again? Okay, what is your answer? If your answer is the first one, or we don't use the answer that men are, we shouldn't hit anybody, because whenever people bring up this type of conversation and stuff like that, I always see somebody else coming on the reflective side saying, well, we shouldn't hit anyone. That doesn't happen in the real world. If I come up to you and try to smack you in the face, or even say some words, fighting words, and if I come up to you, you're going to do what? You're going to retaliate. We're going to get in the fight. So you telling me, well, if that's the case, then you should control your emotions regardless if I hit you or not, because you're displaying whenever a woman does that you're able to do so. So you can't use the excuse if I come up and smack you in the mouth and say, well, you smacked me, so I'm going to beat your ass. You cannot say that, because you got the ability to control your emotions, which is not the only benefit for a man to do that and to remain stoic whenever a bra is hitting on him and stuff like that, is because of the laws and the way it is. And the masculine way to approach that type of situation is bend the woman over, take you off your belt, and spank her and give her an ass whooping that the father did not give her. That's how you handle that situation. You don't handle that situation just like, you bitch ass nigga, you bitch. I just seen some broad just punch the hell out of some white dude, and she was talking about some bitch talking about she gonna stab him and stuff. Yeah, that shit couldn't be me. That bitch would have been bent over on a chair and getting no ass whooping, just like mom and daddy done gave me and my grandmother done gave me when I was acting up as a child. And if you think this is wrong, you all violence against women, just know it's alright to give a child an ass whooping, but you won't give an unruly woman an ass whooping. That's why women don't respect you. Women don't respect you. Look here. Do you know why we respect a lion? Do you know why nobody's going to go up to a lion and smack it in the mouth or antagonize it with a stick? Because we respect the lion's strength and the will to act upon his strength when necessary. If I go up and get a stick and provoke the lion, what is the lion going to do? The lion is going to attack me to get me off of him and teach me not to lay my hands upon him or antagonize the lion again. If I go up to that and you see me you see a news story about me going doing that and doing so, and I get all scratched up and stuff. I'm in critical condition, and how many people will say I deserve it? You know. And you can't, no. Don't use oh, well, the animals, y'all always praising these animals on how smart they is, so shut the hell up, you know? But anyways, it's just crazy, man. It's crazy. Like, oh my goodness, this is so out of control, you don't even know. That's why these bras don't respect you, because you're not displaying your strength. Now, I'm not saying you just knock the bitch out, but you're not displaying any strength. You're not rendering discipline. And then you wonder why these bras are out of control. And then you wonder why they keep on thinking and feeling like they are goddesses, because you treat them as such. They can do anything and everything and not even be held accountable. So much so, if you even speak about this, other men, the hell with the women that will come after you for saying shit like this. Other men will try to correct you for shit they know what you speaking is true. That's some insanity shit. And that can only be possible for the lust that men have for women. Not love, because if you truly love these women or respected these women, how these weirdos be saying we respect women, I don't know how you can be a man and see all this shit and respect women in any kind of way. And another thing is how you coddle these women. You'll account strength to these bras when they are weak. You'll account somebody, some single mother saying, yeah, you're a good mother. No. Look. Every single mother that is a single mother, no, every mother that is a single mother is not a good mother. The moment you decide you are going to try to raise this child without his or her father, you are already doing a disservice and abusing your child. You're already saying, fuck that kid, fuck the kid I made, you know. You're already saying that, because it's basically, it's the psychological, the mental, everything that a child needs is the equivalent to just beating the shit out of your kid. It's the equivalent to that. And if you want to see how good of a mother these single mothers are, just go on YouTube, just go on the internet and type in all their children that are talking in videos about how their single mother treated them, or just women talking about how their mother would treat them due to their single motherhood. Saying that they hate them and all type of this. And then a lot of mothers will prey on their own children. A lot of, I would see on social media of a girl kissing her child on the lips. Now that's pedophilia. Like I said, this society accepted pedophilia and don't even know it. But here's the thing. It takes a man and it takes a woman to create a child. If you're co-parenting, you're already failing your child. You don't have to have sex in order to get a woman pregnant. You don't have to have sex to birth a child. You don't have to have sex for the child to be here. None of us are on this earth because our parents had sex with each other. No, they had sex. So nobody should be co-parenting and thinking they're actually parenting. That's only just some bullshit somebody tries to paint over because they know they're failing as a parent. And no, I ain't got no children, but I can definitely speak on it because it's not,